So if you want to experience meaningful breakthroughs in your life, there's few better ways to do it than to practice being the bigger person in a conflict. Greetings, everyone. It's Jordan Parker, Middle Way Coaching. It's inevitable that at some point we will fall into conflict or a power struggle with someone. And while it's enticing and gratifying to stay small and to really just stew in the experience of our righteousness and our truth, it rarely actually leads to the results that we want. And so I want to share with you a 3-step process that in my experience is effective in taking advantage of these opportunities, with step 2 being the key. I think the best place to start is to be small. Let yourself be small for a while. When we're in a power struggle or a conflict, we're usually hurt. Our feelings are hurt, or there's something wrong about the situation. And it's important to honor those feelings and that experience, because otherwise, if you try to jump ahead, it's a spiritual bypass, and that doesn't serve anyone in the long run. So the first place I encourage people to start, and I do with myself, is to allow yourself just to be in the muck of righteousness, anger, bitterness, frustration, and give it enough time until you feel done. So once you've sufficiently hung out in the smallness, there is a point that it gets uncomfortable, or you just see that the results that you're wanting are not happening. And that's where step 2 comes in. And that is being ready or willing to find peace. At some point, finding peace is more important than being right, because the cost of conflict just starts to be too much. The stress in the body, the rumination, loss of sleep, all of the ways that conflict shows up in our body, it's too expensive and it's not sustainable. So at some point, in my experience, if you're willing, there's a readiness for peace. And you'll know it because in your body, you'll start softening. And you'll start being curious about what else is possible. And again, everyone has their own timing, so I'm not about bypassing the first step of being in your smallness. But you don't have to stay there too long. So step 2 is only the readiness and willingness for peace. After that is the final step, pretty straightforward, which is to act from peace. What would peace do in this situation? Typically, in my experience, peace is soft-spoken. And always there will be a softening in the body, typically in the heart, the front of the body, the heart, the stomach, shoulders. And this is where often it gets fun and interesting. Because drama has its own fun, but peace is a different kind of fun. It's a powerful fun. When you act from peace, it's indefensible. Because first of all, you're not acting from defense. You're acting from a different vibe. It's a different frequency. It's a different channel. And people on the other side are often surprised when someone that they've been in conflict with, especially if you've been in conflict with this person many times, acts from a different space. Usually catches people flat-footed and they don't know what to do. So as a side note, if revenge is important to you, then you especially need to learn to act from peace. There's a bigness about it when you move from there, and other people will feel your bigness. It's big because peace acts from a place that is bigger than any one person. The more you practice acting from peace, not only the bigger you'll feel, but also the quicker you'll be able to go back there. Because it's not as though we never get small again. Absolutely, that still happens. We're human. But like anything else, the more we have practice reps, the more efficient we are at going there. And the coolest thing about this is, besides resolving any one-off situation, your world and quality of life meaningfully gets better. In my experience, instead of winning a lot of bigness competitions with other people, you just end up attracting bigger people in your life. And when you hang out with bigger people, there's less little arguments. There's less little dramas, because both people hold that life is too short and too important to get caught up too often in small things. So one byproduct of this practice is the people in your life are going to get cooler and more peaceful, and it'll reflect your inner state. So I hope something in this video and steps was of value to you. And if you'd like to dive deeper together, I'm available for that one-on-one. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.